What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Brawling John with another episode of How to Play. And on this episode we have a really fun and unique team. I know all my teams are unique, but this team is really unique. And I think you guys are gonna love the matches that I have for you in this video. This team is awesome, right? Let's talk about the heart and soul of this team, which is Ting Lu and Wo Chen, alright? So Ting Lu and Wo Chen represent two different modes for this team that really operate strongly against two different types of archetypes, right? So mode number one is Flutter Main plus Wo Chen. This mode is so strong into Chen Pao teams as well as Palafin teams. It is actually insane how strong it is. You'll notice our Wo Chen is Terra Fire. This is for Flutter Main leads. It's really strong into Flutter Main. It's really good into some other typings as well. Iron Bundle, things like that. We have Pollen Puff, Snarl, Protect, and Leech Seed. And we have Covert Cloak for the Fake Out Pressure. This Wo Chen is all about setting up and enabling our Flutter Main. Our Flutter Main is Terra Water, Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, Calm Mind, and Protect with leftovers. This Flutter Main is so bulky, guys. It's so bulky, it's so strong. Once you get up a Calm Mind, you're knocking out everything. This thing eats Jet Punch, it eats Liquidations, it eats so many moves that comes its way. Especially in Rain, this Flutter Main becomes even stronger. Because versus the Rain matchup, you lead Wo plus Flutter, you set up on them, and they can't break it. Like, Palafin actually just doesn't break the Flutter Main next to Wo Chen. It's so strong. In the back, we have Iron Bundle and Gyarados. Gyarados adds to the physical bulk of Flutter Main by having an Intimidate option in the back. Because you might be asking yourself, well, what happens if they hyper-target down the Wo Chen? Well, then we just switch into Gyarados, and now we have Intimidate pressure. What about Speed Control? Now we have Booster Energy Iron Bundle with Icy Wind and Encore. Those are great forms of control. You could lock somebody into Protect because they won't see it coming on this team, and then the leftovers are just going to keep on stacking and stacking, and Flutter Main is just going to keep on hanging and hanging. Now, our other mode is a lot more to deal with, like Sun, Torkoal, Chi-Yu, Flutter Main. We have Ting Lu plus Magnezone. What's really nice about this setup is Magnezone is Terra Flying Analytic Assault Vest. So what we love to do with this lead is we love to go Earthquake, Terra Flying, Electro Web. So strong into Flutter Main Chi-Yu. Because now you're getting some speed control down. Now they have to respect that you have Electro Web, and they start to swap out their Pokemon, right? Because even if they don't swap and they pick up a KO, now your Iron Bundle and your Flutter Main in the back will outspeed theirs. And they quickly recognize that, right? So Magnezone plus Ting Lu is a really strong and underexplored combination. The Terra Flying is so good because you're weak to ground, you're weak to fighting. It covers for both of that. Your only other weakness is Fire, which Ting Lu covers for. How good is that, right? You have ground Ting Lu with flying Magnezone. It covers for all of Magnezone's weaknesses. And with the Assault Vest, Terra Blast, Thunderbolt, Flash Cannon, Electro Web, the moveset is so good. And once again, you can bring Gary in the back, so if you want to spam that EQ after they hyper-target the Magnezone, you could just swap into Gary, get the Intimidate, and keep up the EQ pressure. What if they go Terra Flying? Well, they don't want to Terra Flying in front of a Magnezone. They definitely don't want to do that. That's what makes this team really special, actually, and I'm really excited for this team, and I hope you guys try this team. Rental code's in the upper right-hand corner. As always, this team and this video is brought to you and sponsored by G Fuel. You can get up to 30% off of your next order on gfuel.com by using discount code BrawlingJohn, which is really poggies. Follow me over on Twitch, guys, twitch.tv/BrawlingJohn. If you want to watch my live streams, that's where we test these teams before I take them to YouTube. So guys, enjoy the video, enjoy the rental code. Yeah. Alrighty, here we go. So we do have a hyper offense Rain team, which is pretty interesting to me. Hyper Offense Rain, how do I feel about it? I mean, I have Gyarados and Iron Bundle and Magnezone, and I have Wo Chen, which looks like he'd be pretty good into all of this, with the exception of maybe the Chin Pao. I want to lead Flutter Mane, as weird as that is, because Terra Water Flutter Mane actually goes kind of crazy here, and if I can set up a Calm Mind, maybe that'd be really good. But I also want Magnezone as well, because Magnezone seems really good here. Once again, the only bad thing would be Sacred Sword, though. I actually think I maybe don't bring the Magnezone. I think I bring the Iron Bundle and the Gyarados in the back, because I think they deal with what my opponent has to offer the best. Yeah, I think Wo Chen plus Flutter is really interesting here, because I can go Terra Water Flutter, which he's not necessarily going to account for, and it's just going to go really, really nicely here. Because if I set up a Calm Mind, even the Goldengo, like, there's not too many things that he has that can pressure me. Now, obviously, a Water move in Rain is still going to do massive damage, even with Wo Chen there. Excuse me. But I still feel really good about this positioning, right? Now, what I'm afraid of is probably just a Chen Pao lead, but I don't think we're going to get a Chen Pao lead. I think we'll be okay here. Ooh, Barraskewda plus Chen Pao. Arguably worse. So now, in this position, given that there might be a Pelipper switch in, there might not, and given the offensive pressure, I don't think Calm Mind is the way here, but I do think Terra Water is necessary. So we are going to Terra Water Dazzling Gleam, and we are going to go for a Leech Seed here. But the question is, Leech Seed into whom? Right? Leech Seed into the Barraskewda slot seems good here. Because the Chen Pao could protect or something along those lines, yeah. So now this is Rain. So here's the thing, he thinks that I'm dead to Aqua Jet, which is why this play is really, really, really nice for me. I do maybe wish I would have went for the Calm Mind instead, but this still feels like a really good play, because he's 100% going for Aqua Jet here, or maybe just Liquidation, honestly, because with the speed boost, he is faster, but now I've kind of pinned him into a position where it's like, what can you really do? Liquidation into Flutter Mane, we're gonna eat that up so nicely, actually. The defense drop is actually really bad. Oh no. That's what I don't want to see, actually. Now here's the big Leech Seed. So Leech Seed is going to start sucking away at the Barraskewda here. With that defense drop, I think I have to stay offensive on the Flutter Mane, and I'm going to have to keep going for Dazzling Gleam here. Dazzling Gleam. You could go for Wide Guard, but with the defense drop, I should still live anything. And then I'll go for Leech Seed onto the Pelipper slot. That defense drop is actually nuclearly bad. And I almost want to switch out the Flutter, but I don't want to give up this offensive pressure either. Is this Chen Pao on the switch-in? Oh, it's Palafin. Alright, setting up a Leech Seed on Palafin feels nice too. Close combat. Ooh. Okay. That's something, for sure. Alright, Dazzling Gleam's gonna knock out the Barraskewda. It's gonna take the Palafin down to about half. I'm gonna get some Leech Seed healing here, which is really nice. And I missed Leech Seed again. That is the 3rd out of 4 Leech Seeds that I have missed recently. And that's actually a really bad miss, guys. Chen Pao coming in here is the biggest fear. Because I had that drop in defense, right? Yeah, here's the Chen Pao. So Chen Pao switching in here, pretty big fear of mine. Now here's the thing. He can still target the Flutter. He's gonna switch in the Pelly, right? He switches in the Pelly. Can he knock out Flutter with Sacred Sword? He could just swing into the Wo Chen instead, though. Which he probably wants to. Has Wo-Chen outlived his usefulness given the Pokemon? I'm just gonna stay in, actually. I'm gonna stay in, I'm gonna Gleam, and I'm going to Leech Seed this slot. So this is the Pelipper switch in. I think he takes out the Wo-Chen here, because he has Sash, right? So he does go for Flutter Mane, but Flutter Mane does clutch up and live, which is really good for me. Dazzling Gleam into both slots. Leech Seed goes out here. The Pelipper has been seeded. Now it's time to Flutter Mane to heal up. Time for Wo-Chen to heal up a little bit. I am going to protect Flutter Mane and Snarl here. Covers for both slots. I really hope he targets down the Flutter Mane. That's my call, but we'll see. Oh, Wide Guard! Oh, that's so whack, dude. Sacred Sword into Wo-Chen. Yeah, good play. That's such a good play. Here's the thing, though. Yeah, the Chien-Pao goes down. Such a good play. So, I'm gonna bring an Iron Bundle on this slot, right? We can Encore the Pelipper into... So I want to reset the defense drop on Flutter Mane as well, because that might matter. Could go for Freeze Dry here. Alright, so I think we switch out into Gyarados. I could go for Icy Wind here. I could go for Protect. I think I'll just protect the Iron Bundle. I think Icy Wind was the play, but we're switching out Flutter Mane to reset that defense drop because I could be forced to live a Wave Crash to get out of this game. And that will be tough, right? So the reason why I'm protecting is I can Oh, he just gives up. Okay. So he pretty much figures that he can't beat the Iron Bundle. I was playing very safely, and I even had Intimidate in the back. But that's still a really good win for us. And it showcases how this team is really strong into Rain, which is really, really good, right? Wo-Chen gets to sit there. Terra Water Flutter gets to go crazy. Really good combination. Really glad I was able to show you guys how strong this team is into Palafin. Alrighty, next game of the day, and we do have some Talonflame Garchomp shenanigans. So we have Talonflame Garchomp, which means they can get up Tailwind. They can be really, really, really fast into us, which is interesting. There is a decent argument here for Flutter Mane plus Wo-Chen. But I'm also considering just Ting-Lu plus Magnezone as well. Because I can go for... no, maybe not, right? I mean, it's pretty decent, but not with Chien-Pao hanging around, right? So I think Wo-Chen is the play. I think Wo-Chen... Actually, Gyarados plus Ting-Lu looks really good, too. But I think Wo-Chen plus Flutter Mane, Gyarados, and Iron Bundle in the back is probably my best bet into what he has. And then if he leads Talonflame plus Garchomp, then we just kind of got to deal with that, right? I think this is fine. I'm trying to think of what I want to do if it's Talonflame Chomp, because I believe Talonflame Chomp is coming. There's no way they look at my team and think to themselves, I am not bringing Talonflame plus Chomp. Yeah. Oh, they bring Talonflame plus Flutter Mane. Huh. That is super interesting, actually. That is superbly interesting here. I almost want to set up a Calm Mind, but then I'm afraid if I get sniped by a double up into my Flutter here. I'm gonna go Terra Fire, dude, but then if I go Terra Water... Oh man, this is quite the conundrum. I think I want to go Terra Fire Snarl, and I think I want to protect the Flutter main, and then go for Calm Mind next turn. So normally I would go straight for Leech Seed, but given the fact that I might have to set up my Flutter main here to live a Shadow Ball with a good amount of remaining health, this might be my best play, but this is a bit shaky to say the least, right? Because this is Dazzling Gleam. I just don't know if they're going to Tailwind or Brave Bird. Yeah, so I did make a mistake here. I should have Calm Minded. Oh, it's just Moonblast. I really should have Calm Minded. He actually crit me still, which is a bit annoying, but whatever. Alright, so now I'm going to try my best to set up a Leech Seed here. I'm actually going to go Leech Seed into Talonflame, and then I'm going to go for one Calm Mind here. If I would have Calm Minded on turn 1, this would have been Supreme. Yeah, so the Flutter main withdraws, I figured as much. Chien-Pao comes in. Ooh, man, if I would have Dazzling Gleamed. Oh, he actually taunts me. You taunt me after I snarl you. He taunts me after a snarl. That's very interesting. So here's the thing. Fluttermane will live pretty much anything that comes out here. I could Pollen Puff into the Chien-Pao slot here. I think Snarl covers for like a switch-in or something. They could just double up into my Flutter, which, you know. I am gonna Snarl here. And I am gonna Dazzling Gleam. If they double up into Fluttermane and pick up the KO, then that's good on them. But I'm not sure that they feel Omega comfortable to make that play. So Sucker Punch does nothing, but how much does Brave Bird do? Will-O-Wisp! Ooh, doesn't affect Wo-Chen. Yeah, I'm not switching, brother. I am not switching right here. That is a no switch for me. Alright, all we gotta do is hit Snarl, and we're in a pretty good spot here. Alright, so we do hit the Snarl, which means that Chien-Pao goes down here, which once again makes me feel pretty good. Now, do you bring in the Flutter again? So now Leftovers Calm Mind really starts to take effect, right? I wish I had Calm Mind on turn 1. That would have been so much better, right? So I'm gonna go for another Snarl here into the Flutter, and I'm actually gonna protect my Flutter. Get a little bit of healing down. And if they take out the the Chien-Pao, then they take it out. Yeah, see, I figured Brave Bird was coming. I figured that was coming. Now, are you Shadow Ball into Wo-Chen? Power Gem. Ugh, do you live that? Oh, Wo-Chen! So good, buddy. Wo-Chen's so good, actually. Alright, so I do shake off the taunt, and the Tailwind peters out. So he's got options here. He has options. I am going to go for Leech Seed into the Talonflame slots and Shadow Ball into the Flutter slot. Oof, not good. Oh wow, Fluttermane eats that up. Holy dude. And Power Gem into Wo-Chen, who does not survive, unfortunately. I'm actually survived. I'm surprised their Talonflame doesn't die to recoil, but it's because Fluttermane just ate that up, dude. This is a +1 Shadow Ball. This should KO. Yeah. Good KO from that range. Alright, so now we get some more healing down onto my Flutter, and they're down to their last 2 Mons, right? So he hasn't set up Tailwind, so the idea of Icy Wind seems really nice here for me. Some good speed control on whatever he has in the back. So he did bring Cerulege, right? Cerulege does have access to Shadow Sneak, so that is a little bit scary here. Because I think this is range for Shadow Sneak to KO, right? Alright, so I want to go for Icy Wind here, take care of the Talon, and then I will protect on my Fluttermane, try to heal up so that I can live a Shadow Sneak. I don't know how much health I need to live a Shadow Sneak, but I think I'm very close to it being a range, you know? Trying to think of how I can lose here. I mean, with the Gyarados switch in, I could definitely live a Shadow Sneak, so that's probably my best play. And then Icy Wind should take care of the Talonflame from this range. I think I've pinned my opponent really nicely here, actually. Not to mention, this is probably Terra Grass, right? He wants to dodge a Hydro Pump from Iron Bundle. Yeah, there's the Terra Grass. So good, dude. So, honestly, I read this guy so much. So much. Alright, protect out of Flutter. Icy Wind comes out. So he did not go for Shadow Sneak. Important to note. Alright, so Talonflame glows down. This is probably Bitter Blade, right? Terra Blast. Ooh, well played. Well played. So here's the thing, though. I still get to bring in Gyarados and give him an Intimidate, and I think I live a Sneak. And if I don't live a Sneak, then things are gonna get interesting, guys. But I think Gyarados wins this 1v1, right? I think he wins the 1v1 here. So he has to go for Sneak, right? He just has to go for Sneak. I'm trying to think of what the play is here, to T-Wave or to Iron Head. I think Iron Head is actually just the play. And then he's gonna go for Sneak, and I'm gonna go for Shadow Ball here. Let's hope with Intimidate and Leftovers, I can live a Shadow Sneak. And they just give up. Nice. He probably figured even if he goes for Sneak, he can't beat the Gyarados here. And I brought the 4 perfect Pokemon for that match. That was a good match. I'm really proud of my team there, and GG's to my opponent. Alrighty, here we go. So we have a King Gambit Defiant, which is always a little bit of trouble. We do have a Slacking here with Guardy, so this could be something like Skill Swap here, which is definitely something to be cognizant of. I'm wondering what I want to go here. I almost like the Magnezone. The only problem with the Magnezone is with King Gambit is there, I can't Electro Web spam. But I'm not entirely sure he brings the King Gambit. I could go Ting Lu Magnezone, but the problem with Ting Lu Magnezone is we're pretty weak into the Slacking. Because Slacking typically carries Drain Punch. But I could swap out into Gary if he does bring Slacking, right? But then I can't swap to Gary if he brings King Gambit. So that's what makes this a little bit interesting. Arguably, Fluttermane plus Wo Chen is pretty good here. For sure, pretty good actually. So I think maybe I want to go for these two. And then I want to go something like Ting Lu with Magnezone in the back. Bit of a weird matchup here. I'm not entirely sure that I brought the right Mons. I mean, maybe I should have brought the bundle, I think, actually, over the Magnezone. So I think I am going to regret that. I think the play was 100% bring bundle. because I'm not really thinking about how I can speed control this Slacking, which has a chance to be faster than my Flutter main, right? At least it has a chance to. So they lead Slacking plus Sableye. So the interesting thing here is they can fake out, but I have Wo-Chen with Covert Cloak, so I'm actually not caring too much about the fake out. The question becomes, do I want to set up a Calm Mind, or do I want a Dazzling Gleam here? That's like the ultimate question, to just go straight for damage or set up a little bit. I am going to go for one Calm Mind. I think it could pay off here. Although, getting rid of the Sableye might prove to be a really, really good play for me. I think one Calm Mind is fine. And then I think I want to go Terra Fire to avoid Drain Punch, and I want to go for Leech Seed into Slacking. This could be a bit of a mistake. I think I'm almost regretting not just going for Dazzling Gleam immediately. This Terra Fire is to stop him from going for like, skill swap. So he just skill swaps, so he doesn't even fake out. Interesting. So now that's a Prankster Slaking with Bulk Up. I see. Priority Bulk Up. Okay. That's definitely something. Calm Mind activates. I wonder if that's Sash. Leech Seed's kind of got a hit here, hopefully. And I missed the Leech Seed. That's really bad. That's actually incredibly bad. I am going to go for a Dazzling Gleam here. And I am going to go for another Leech Seed. That's really unfortunate, because if I don't get forced to Leech Seed again, I can actually Snarl and knock out the Sableye before it gets to do anything else. Which is really unfortunate. I do get the +1 on my Flutter main, which is nice, don't get me wrong. But missing Leech Seed is still the worst case scenario here. Let's see what they got in the back. They brought King Gambit. Okay, pretty bad for me. Pretty bad for me. And Slacking is terastallizing into, I assume, Fire. Really? So this Slacking is just here to surprise Flutter mains? Because there's no other reason to be Fire. It doesn't cover any of your weaknesses. It only exclusively covers that, which, okay. Fire Punch. Okay. I mean, I live that. Yep. Leech Seed goes out into the Slacking. Yep. Alright, so he's lefties. So this is where the Leech Seed will come in handy here. I am going to protect the Flutter, and I am going to Leech Seed the King Gambit. So this is going to be very interesting, and I might be in a losing position here, to be totally honest. I wonder how much Shadow Ball does into Slacking at +1, you know? Like, that's the big wonder here. I imagine this is Sucker Punch. Oh, it's Body Slam into Wo-Chen. And he crits me. Actually, really unfortunate crit, because that might put me in range of King Gambit here. Iron Head, okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Wonder if I live in Iron Head here. That Body Slam crit matters quite a bit, I think. Like, I am gonna heal up, don't get me wrong, but that just puts me in range of so many other things where if I just don't get crit, I'm at like 75% health, you know what I mean? And I just feel so much better about everything. The question is, what's the play now, right? I can take my big damage into the Slaking slot. He's trying to Iron Head me. I could just switch out the Flutter main for Magnezone here. But Fire Punch into the Magnezone slot seems a little, you know, Could go for a Dazzling Gleam, get off a lot of big damage again. I think I am just going to go ahead and Shadow Ball the Slaking. And I'm gonna try to sneak off to sneak a Pollen Puff into Flutter Mane to get it to full health here. Because I might live an Iron Head at full health. It's pretty good damage. Fire Punch into the Flutter Mane. Oh, I don't live that. I lived the first one, though. Wow, so this guy hit me with a crit and also hits a range low to high there. Okay, Iron Head doesn't do much of anything, so he just doubles up the Flutter here. You know what? I think this is fine, because now Magnezone should threaten the kill onto the Slaking here. And we are slowly chipping away with Leech Seed, right? Which is nice. I could bring in Ting-Lu, but I think that Magnezone is better. Well, Magnezone gets hit with Fire Punch. You get hit with Drain Punch, though. But you can protect, is the thing. Alright, I don't know if this Slaking has Drain Punch. I have to assume it does. This is so bad. Because if he gets off Drain Punch, we just lose, right? Oh, he gets off a Slack Off. And he Sucker Punches. Interesting. He does have priority Slack Off. Oh, we get a crit. That's a nice crit. You know what? I'm not gonna complain because like we earned that crit. For lack of a better term, we earned it. Because when you really think about it, the reason I was even in that position is because he crit my Flutter Mane, right? We actually had the perfect play, if it wasn't for some of the crits that he got, right? So we know he has a Sableye, which comes back in. We know he has a Sableye, which comes back in. He has Dark and Steel-type moves for the Magnezone. I am going to go for Thunderbolt into King Gambit, and I am going to Leech Seed the Sableye here. Fake out into Wo Chen, but that's fine. I'm actually Covert Cloak, so this is actually a really good turn for me, because now I get my Leech Seed back, and I get Thunderbolt into King Gambit. Whew, what a game, dude. What a weird game, actually. This should be a win, because now we've created a 3-on-2 situation where one of those two is Sableye, and we have set up the Leech Seed on the Sableye. And now I'm free to Electro Web, right? Which I wasn't able to Electro Web spam, even though I wanted to real bad, because of the King Gambit, right? Alright, so Tatsugiri is here. I'm not sure what Tatsugiri has for me. I'm going to go for Electro Webs here. A little bit of split damage. And then I'm gonna go for Leech Seed onto the Tatsugiri here. I could just go for Snarl, actually. That's good too. But I think Leech Seed is better. Alright, he goes for Protect. That's fine. What's the Sableye going for? Okay. Alright, so Electro Web's gonna lower the speed of Sableye here. He goes for his own Snarl. Interesting. Okay. It's kind of fine. The thing is this guy does have Muddy Water, right? Which is something for sure. Oh, he's Citrus Berry, so he would have died to Dazzling Gleam. Interesting. I should have Dazzling Gleamed when I had the chance then. At this point, I guess I will go for that Electro Web, see if I can get to be faster. And I am going to go for Leech Seed onto Tatsugiri here. Oh, Hydro Pump. That's kind of bad. That's kind of scary. I missed the Leech Seed. This is really bad, actually. Missing Leech Seed is definitely not what I want to go down here. Because the double healing would have brought me into range to live another hit from Tinglu. Might be losable. That Leech Seed miss might lose me the game. Because if I would have had double Leech Seed healing here, the game is over. That's my second missed Leech Seed. Mind you, it's 90% accurate. And I missed 2 in the same game. Let's not forget that we missed the first one on, slacking, right? Really, really unfortunate miss. I guess we just go for Throat Chop here onto the Tatsugiri, and then we try to... I mean, I'm dead to Pump, right? But I think I just have to let it happen, finally. Skill Swap. Okay. That means my Leech Seed goes next. So I land the Leech Seed. Yup. That's good. Hydro Pump hits, so I'm going downtown. Oh, Wo-Chen lives! No way! Oh, that's so good, dude. That's so good. Yeah. You rage quit. Oh, the Tinglu debuff. Oh, no. Oh, that's so good, dude. What's so sad is that, like, if my Leech Seeds don't miss, this just happens so much quicker. But yeah, the double healing is just gonna bring me right back up after a Protect. We won that game. GG's to my opponent. Close game, but I can't say that I made any misplays, so I'm really happy with that. Alrighty, guys. I hope you enjoyed the games. This team absolutely pogged out. You love to see it. Really fun games, really good sets. I really got to show off the power of Wo-Chen Flutter. And yeah, I hope you guys like the games. Really, really unique team. If you play this on ladder, your opponents won't see it coming, which is really, really fun. And it's actually versatile, and it could deal with a lot of different things. You have options on this team. It's really good. It's really, really good stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment in the comment section down below what Pokemon you want me to feature next. And, yeah.